I love baseball.
Baseball, baseball.
94.5 The Peak presents Wasatch Wasps Baseball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. This broadcast is powered by Guild Mortgage, Dairy King, CarQuest Auto Parts, Physical at the Fit Stop, Wasatch Back Flooring, Napa Wasatch Auto Parts, Heber City Point S, Dorius Dental, and Bank of Utah.
Baseball.
The guy on first.
Who?
The first base.
Who?
The guy playing
Who
first.
is on first?
I'm asking you.
Now let's go live to the Diamond for play-by-play coverage of Wasatch Wasp Baseball on 94.5 The Peak.
Good afternoon and welcome to the ballpark. Believe it or not, we are live from Wasatch High School and the Heber Valley as Wasatch is getting set to take on Granger High School in our opening day for Wasatch High School baseball on the turf. Wasatch was originally scheduled to travel down to West Valley to take on Granger, but due to the snow, the turf, we're at home getting to call a baseball game on what's turned out to be a beautiful day.
And might be one of the better days of the year here, Tyler. It's actually a beautiful weather day here at Wasp Field, and the turf looks as gorgeous as ever. The outfield with a little fresh water on it maybe is going to grow in a little earlier here, Tyler, than years in the past. But such a surprise that this game was at home, Tyler, with the late switch, that no stands around. They usually have to haul those in. So if you're coming to watch the game, bring your own chair today because there are no stands around. Lots of chairs being set out to watch the first home game today for the Wasps.
This is your pregame show brought to you by the Dairy King. Throughout the years, the menu at the Dairy King has expanded beyond just the traditional burgers, fries, and shakes to include non-traditional seasonal items and the best gluten-free menu in the state. Winners of Best in State for over 20 years. Ty, let's go ahead and break this one down. What are some keys the Wasatch has today against the Granger Lancers?
Well, Ty, let's not spin this too differently. This is not a great program that Wasatch is facing here today. The Wasps come in at 5-3 overall. Granger comes in 0-4. And let me give you some numbers that I think are telling about this Granger Lancer team coming in, Tyler. As a team in those 4 games, they only have 7 total hits on the season. Wasatch has 90 runs on the season, and they've got 7 total hits, Granger does. Granger does average 1.75 runs per game. Wasatch, in comparison, averages 11.25 runs per game. Granger has 20 errors on the season, Tyler. They're averaging twice as many errors, more than twice as many errors per game as they do hits per game here. So this team is just, they've struggled to get it rolling, Tyler, and I think it's a common theme in the northern parts of Utah. It's tough to get out on the field early on, and you've seen it. It's been a little unsteady as far as the way their defensive abilities have played. And so Wasatch, as long as they are throwing strikes in the strike zone today and they're competitive at the plate, Tyler, they should be able to run away with this thing at home against Granger. In fact, this is one I'm going to put a little pressure on the Wasps. If you don't get a 10-run win today, it would be a disappointment for Wasatch. That's the type of opponent that they're going against in Granger High School. So a little bit of the expectations coming up here, Ty, but a team that averages more errors than hits in a game, you should get a win against them.
Keys brought to you by Brightening Lives, instilling confidence and inspiring wellness. It's Smiles by Design, enjoying welcoming, personalized dental care that leaves a lasting impression. Go ahead and take a break for the national anthem. We'll be back with the Mountain Refined opening pitch right after this.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 20 years. They've recently been named the best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot or a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 78 years at the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
We at Guild Mortgage help people build personal wealth through real estate, be it your first home, next home, dream home, or investment property. At Guild Mortgage, we help you refinance for that lower interest rate, shorter term, or home remodel. At Guild Mortgage, we help you plan for retirement by owning multiple investment properties and can even add to your retirement plan with a reverse mortgage. We at Guild Mortgage believe everyone can own what matters.
Timberline Ace Hardware is committed to helping their neighbors and their communities, and because they're in the neighborhood, they can deliver almost anything you need. So shop in store or online for whatever your home or yard needs. Choose from top brands like Milwaukee, Stihl, Traeger, and Benjamin Moore. Then pick up in store, curbside, or they'll deliver your order right to your home. Around the block, what you need in stock with people that know how to help. Timberline Ace Hardware, serving the community for over 50 years.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
It's game time! Let's do it! Ready? Wasatch High School Sports on the radio with Ty and Ty on 94.5 The Peak.
UCCU is an organization rooted in the credit union philosophy of people helping people. UCCU, love where you bank. And it's time now for our opening pitch, brought to you by Mountain Refined. Nestled in the heart of the Heber Valley, Mountain Refined has been a trusted community staple for over 30 years. Our passion lies in serving the community by providing top-notch furniture and flooring solutions. Once again, you're listening to Wasatch High School Baseball here on a beautiful spring day at Wasatch High School. Wasatch originally scheduled to not have their first home game until next week, but due to the weather conditions and Wasatch being able to play on the turf, they are at home today against the Granger Lancers. Ty, go ahead and take us through the defensive starters here for Wasatch.
Well, Ty, it's going to be somewhat familiar look, but you do have a little injury update that we'll get to in a moment. Catching for the Wasps is going to be Micah Dahl at third base, Bridger Shaw. You're going to see a little different change up the middle. At shortstop is Jack Salmon, the sophomore. Kyron Stocking at second. Salmon at short because Braxton Fowler, your traditional shortstop, is the starting pitcher today for Wasatch. Braxton had a great first outing in St. George, going 2 innings, not giving up a single run, and was outstanding. Expect him to be dominant here today on the mound at home. Grant Mahoney at first base. That little injury he had in the last day of the last St. George tournament, Tyler, doesn't seem to be lingering too badly for Grant. And your outfield's going to be the same you've seen all year long. Blake Sweat in left, Austin Brown in center, and Eddie Bluth in right field. That's your starting 9 for the Wasatch Wasps today.
Starting lineup brought to you by Physical at the Pit Stop. When it comes to your health, you deserve quality and effective care. At Physical Heber Valley, we work with you to understand your health and wellness goals, create a customized plan to get your desired outcome. Wasatch comes in, Ty, 5-3 on the season. Go ahead, Ty.
I was going to say, I really like this matchup here for Braxton, too, Tyler, because Braxton, he's been struggling a little bit with some arm fatigue, some arm injuries over the offseason, and so they're trying to kind of be careful and cautious with his arm and work him back into full game form. And this is a good team here where he can come out without too much high stress, high pressure. He shouldn't need to press too often. Just make sure you're throwing strikes. And, Ty, the defense should have your back. Granger coming in averages a batting average of 134 on the season. And so Braxton just needs to be competitive in the strike zone, and I think he should have a really good day here today at home for the Wasps.
First 3 hitters for Granger are going to be Anthony Spicer, Traxton Gardner, and Marco Villalpando. Second baseman Anthony Spicer comes in .273 batting average, which leads the team, has 1 double on the year. Fowler working out of the stretch, gets a called strike 1 as we get started here at Wasatch High School. Outfield playing extremely shallow. Much bigger field than we're used to seeing as opposed to Hurricane. This was going to be elevated to left field. Nice little bell right off the bat, but Blake Sweat coasts over to his left-hand side, makes the play, and Wasatch has 1 away.
That's all it takes, Tyler. I know people love stats and talking and eating up stats, but if you could have a pitcher go 60 pitches or less in a game, I mean, that would be the stat of the year for you. So pitching to contact like that, 2 pitches, 1 out, take that all day long if you're Braxton.
He's going to bring up the catcher, Traxton Gardner, 143 on the season. He's going to get an off-speed pitch as he's going to elevate to center field. Austin Brown going back over his glove-hand side. Makes the play. 3 pitches, 2 away here for the Wasps in the top of the first.
Yeah, I couldn't really draw up a better start here for Wasatch and Braxton. Tyler, 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and 2 outs. It's about as good as it gets.
He's going to bring up now the left fielder, Villalpando. 125 batting average on the season. You mentioned Ty hits, kind of few and far in between for the 0-4 Lancers. Fowler sets, delivers the first pitch. That one's into the belt for strike 1.
Yeah, it's been an interesting start to the season here for Granger, Tyler. 4 hits, but scored 6 runs against Provo. So more runs than hits in that. So they find their way on base, Ty. Then the next game, hits became a little less frequent, Ty.
Fastball's blown by for strike 2.
They got a couple hits in their next game. And then they ended up getting no hit in their 3rd game of the year against Timpview, and then only had 1 hit in their game following that. And so only 1 hit over the last 2 games for Granger. It's been tough sledding here for the offense.
The 0-2 swung on. It's going to be a ground ball to third base. Bridger gets the good hop, throws it across on a dart, gets it there in time. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, no base runners. Wasatch 0, and they'll get their first at bats when we come back.
Hey Wasatch, it's Nicole with Mountain Refined. We are so excited to be supporting our local teams and all the sports that you guys are into. We wanted you to know a little piece of what we have. You can come on down, grab teacher gifts, protein powder, and even rent that tuxedo for junior prom. Did you guys know that? Shop local and support us. We love being a part of this community. Go Wasatch, 480 North Main Street, right here in Heber.
Napa know-how.
You'll always find the best deals and expert service at your local Napa Auto Parts store. We offer expert service in helping you find the parts you're looking for your current project, as well as Milwaukee tools. We can also help you with most motorsport, RV, and vehicle battery needs at your local Napa Auto Parts store in Heber City.
It's game time! Let's do it! Ready? Wasatch High School Sports on the radio with Ty and Ty on 94.5 The Beat.
Bottom of the first brought to you by Mountain West Trailers. Knows you value strength and reliability. Our utility trailers are built to last. Enclosed cargo for your business. Dump trailers for tough jobs or open trailers for everything in between. Haul it all, big or small, because Mountain West Trailers stands tall. Visit them at mountainwesttrailer.com. Ty, take us through the batting order here for the Wasps.
Well, Ty, you're going to see freshman Austin Brown, who kind of announced himself onto the state scene with a home run bomb this last weekend. Tyler down in St. George, he's going to lead off the way for Wasatch. And then senior Blake Sweat, who's about as hot as it gets at the plate, Tyler. Both those guys flirting with the 500 mark with their batting average through 8 games this season. Bridger Shaw up to the 3-hole today for Wasatch, followed by Micah Dahl hitting in the cleanup spot. Grant Mahoney up 1 spot to the 5-hole today. Jack Salmon will be hitting 6, Eddie Bluth 7, Braxton Fowler 8, and Stocking hitting in the 9-hole. Pretty nice to have a guy who's over 450 hitting in the 9 spot.
And leads the team right now in runs scored with 14. Pitcher on the mound here for Granger is Gabriel Guerrera. He's going to start 2-0 to Austin Brown, who comes in, as you said, Ty, 464, 12 runs scored, 11 RBIs, 4 extra base hits to start off his freshman year. The 2-0 is going to be swung on. He's going to get underneath this one to center field. Center fielder starts back, now comes forward, makes the play for 1 away.
Yeah, it's been a great start for Austin, Tyler, but he's kind of the new age player too, isn't he, where he's hitting very, very well for Wasatch at 464 and flip-flopping with Blake Sweat on the most hits on the team. But he also has twice as many strikeouts on the year as any other Wasatch player. So when he's good, he's got the ball in play hard, Ty, but when he's not in play, he's generally been striking out. And that's kind of that new age analytics. You see that a lot in the major leagues right now, where big swings, you're trying to get 1 run in 1 swing. And so the strikeouts are up in the pros, and Austin's kind of following that same trend here this year.
Blake Sweat, 452, 11 runs scored, leads the team with 15 RBIs and an extra base hits with 5. He'll foul off the first pitch and now take ball 1 in the left-hander's batter's box. 1-1 now the count with Bridger Shaw on deck. Outfield playing normal depth, right field playing a little shallow here, left field playing deep for Granger. Gabriel sets, delivers, that's above the belt for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to the senior Blake Sweat. Ty, MLB baseball getting started. How do you feel about opening day happening in Tokyo instead of here in the United States?
I think it takes away from the luster a little bit, don't you?
That one in at the belt, 2-2.
Kind of almost like a national holiday with opening day, and
you didn't.
The game started really early.
Yeah,
it was just a little bit.
You weren't up at 3 in the morning to watch Cubs and Dodgers this morning and yesterday.
Snoozing at 3 in the morning.
2-2. That one misses as well. Fills up the count at 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Saving my sleep for March Madness, which gets going later this week, Tyler. Got to be up ready to roll
did
for
you,
tomorrow and Friday.
I mean, I know it's the first 4 or whatever, but that game last night, the first one to kick it off,
seeds,
that's about as good as it
gets. Great way to get it going.
2 sub-500 teams playing to get into the tournament. The payoff pitch is going to miss. Our first base runner will be a walk. Blake Sweat will run down to first base.
2 sub-500 teams and then a full court pass at the horn, right,
yes,
to beat the buzzer is how that one
yeah.
ended. It was a fantastic
Great.
game.
Bridger Shaw comes up to the plate, 364, 6 runs scored, 10 RBIs for the senior. Also 2-0 on the mound, Ty, to lead the team in wins. 2 starts, 2 wins there for Bridger.
Yeah, he's been so good for Wasatch here this year, Tyler. Double-digit RPIs. Been a steady arm there on the mound, as you pointed out.
That one misses high on the off-speed. Blake Sweat's going to go ahead and swipe the bag without a throw down. Throws way late after Sweat was already there. So no duck on the pond here for Wasatch. Another stolen base for Blake Sweat.
Yeah, he's had a lot of those over the course of the years so far, Tyler. And Granger just looked caught off guard, Tyler. That catcher was trying to sit there and hold for the strike. Didn't even know that Blake was going. So that when you point to your infield, why they're not communicating.
1-0. This is going to be a flare ball behind the first baseman. First baseman makes the grab for 2 away on the pop out. So Wasatch, guy on second base, 2 outs.
It's a pretty good play from the first baseman, Tyler. Ball tailing away from him, falling back in that in-between land between the infield and the outfield. Did a good job tracking that down and making that grab.
He's going to bring up Micah Dahl, 421 on the season, 6 RBIs, 1 double for the senior catcher. Also threw out 2 base runners in the Pocatello game. This is going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop gobbles it up, but the throw's going to be off. Not going to happen. Blake Sweat, who had a great jump, is going to go ahead and come in and score, and Wasatch takes the 1-0 lead on the throwing error.
Yeah, and we talked about that, Tyler, in the pregame, that playing catch has been a bit of a struggle here for Granger on the course of the season. That's error number 21 for Granger on the year, Tyler. And you look at how many innings they've played. They went 7 in their first one, 5 in their second one, went all 7 in the next. So doing a little math in my mind, that's 19. And then you're basically what I'm getting at is you're nearing an error per inning is what Granger's about averaging right now. And it's tough to win games when you're doing that.
He's going to bring up Grant Mahoney, 300 batting average on the season, 2 runs scored, 7 RBIs, and 3 doubles. You mentioned, Ty, some injury. Colton Hafen, who's been hitting in the 4-5 around that spot, is out with a quad injury, possibly a couple of weeks. First pitch is going to be swung on, and this is going to be extra bases down the left field side. Pick him up, put him down. Runners will advance from first to third, and a double for Grant Mahoney, his 4th on the year. And with 2 outs, Wasatch has runners on second and third.
Yeah, it took him the first few games to get warmed up, Tyler, but his bat's been as good as anyone in the Wasatch lineup at this point. I know, again, sometimes you just do a quick look at batting averages, right? And you look at Mahoney at 300 and think, oh, it's not necessarily having that good of a season, Ty. But he went into that tournament below 200, Ty. They raised his batting average about 150 points, and that bat is just as hot as you're going to find in this Wasatch lineup right now.
It's going to bring up sophomore Jack Salmon. He's going to take a strike on the outside corner. 286 on the year, 7 runs scored with 2 RBIs. Has had limited starts this season, had a couple of starts at second base, also started on the mound down in St. George. That one's going to be low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Eddie Bluth on deck. Again, Salmon playing shortstop today with Fowler on the mound. High leg kick delivers. That one's going to bounce in the left-hander's batter's box. Tyson thinks about it for a second. He'll go back to third base. Tyson Dahl, another one, a nice player that had 4 appearances on the mound in the first 2 weekends. Didn't give up a run, I believe. Maybe gave up 1 run, I think, against Desert Hills, or maybe 2, but just filled up the zone nicely as a sophomore, and then also on the base pass running for his brother Micah.
Yeah, Ty, he's got an ERA of 1.75, which is fantastic in as many appearances as he has. And Ty, he was put in some tight spots, too. They kind of had him as the stop the bleeding man, and he did a really good job with that for Wasatch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one's fouled straight back. Looked like Salmon was right on that pitch. Brings up deuces with 2 away. Gabe sets, now delivers on the 2-2. It's going to be another off speed. This is a little flare ball to center field. Center fielder coming up and makes the play, and that'll do it for the bottom of the first. 1 run comes in on 1 hit, 1 error. 2 left are on base. It's a 1-0 lead for Wasatch going into the second.
Here at Country Gardens and Nursery, we hope that you feel that you are home when you are away from home as you go around our perennial floor checking out the newest and latest for beauty for your garden. As you wander into our indoor plant shop, seeing the possibility of what could be yours. Stop by Country Gardens and Nursery, your home away from home. 1401 US 189, Heber City, Utah. And don't forget to check us out on social media for quick tips and tricks throughout the season.
Chad here from Mountain West Trailers. Celebrating 20 years in business, we know you value strength and reliability. Whether it's for work or play, our dump and equipment trailers are built to last. Enclosed cargo trailers for business and fun, or open utility trailers for everything in between. With expert sales, parts, and service, we've got you covered. Mountain West Trailers is always right behind you. Visit us at mountainwesttrailer.com or stop by at 1470 South Highway 40 here in Heber.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Top of the second, brought to you by the Heber Valley Chamber, who exists to build and be a part of a community where residents, visitors, and businesses thrive. Our mission is to promote tourism, connect businesses, and unite our community. 4-5 up here for Granger. It'll be Hugo, Kubian, Pickering, and Owens. Shortstop here for Granger comes in with a 1 of 9 start to the season, hitting 111 on the year. He'll take strike one. Faller 1-2-3 in the first, now goes up 0-2 after the swing and miss. Wasatch wearing the yellow top, 3-color hat with the white pants. Granger wearing baby blue tops with gray pants. Ty, who wins the uniform battle today? 1-2 now the count.
Oh, this is an easy one. Ty Wasatch. This is a pretty good look.
I love the yellow jersey.
The yellow look and the pants side of it. They've got just the piping that goes right down the side and makes it look really clean.
It's going to be swung on, driven to the right field side. This is going to be extra bases for Pickering. First hit of the year, of the game. The third, not in time, and a leadoff triple for the shortstop from Granger.
Well, that one, Ty did a good job. Good approach as he just waited on an outside pitch. Didn't try to do too much, just flipped his hands out at it. And that ball found the right corner and was able to go down there and die. And taking a little bit of a chance, Tyler, with nobody out, trying to go all the way to third. Wasatch had a chance with a good throw. He probably would have been out. The throw just off target, and now Granger's in business.
Going to bring up the designated hitter, Tavian Pickering. He is hitting 200 on the year and has a couple of RBIs, and he has an RBI opportunity here with a runner on third, nobody out. Wasatch leading 1-0 after scoring 1 in the bottom half of the first. We are here in the top half of the second. Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch, low and away. 0-2 now the count.
While the batting averages are low for Granger, Tyler, not as many strikeouts as you would imagine. Coming into the game with 29 strikeouts is all on the year.
Misses outside for ball one.
And so it's a team that does a pretty good job of being in play here, Tyler. And that's significant here with a runner on third and nobody out. Granger traditionally should be able to drive this run in. Wasatch playing back up the middle as well, giving the run up.
The 1-2. Swung on. This one's going to be fouled into the bullpen on the Wasatch side. We'll keep the count at 1-2. Not as busy of a broadcast week for us. A lot still happening on the Wasatch sports side. The Wasatch soccer team got a win last night in the snow. And then we'll be on the air for boys lacrosse this Friday. That'll be a home game. That one misses outside for ball 2. 2-2 now the count. Runner on third, nobody out for the Lancers. Faller comes set, working out of the stretch, delivers the 2-2, misses low, fills up the count at 3-2. This one's going to be a hard barrel through the 5-6 hole. Back-to-back base knocks here for Granger, and they tie up the lead at 1-1. Pickering comes in, another RBI. Kubian comes in, Pickering with the RBI.
Two pretty well hit balls, Tyler, for a team that struggled to get base runners. They were on time. Braxton had them with 2 strikes both times. But Granger was able to hang in there on a tough 2-strike pitch, get a good barrel. And you notice, Ty, when you're playing on turf, the ball jumps off a little bit faster. You get better hops. It's a lot more clean, but the ball gets on you a little bit more quickly, too. So a ball like that on grass that maybe would give a shortstop a little easier chance to get over to his backhand side. Just had no chance on today for Salmon to get over there.
Wyatt Hooper will come into the game to pinch run for the designated hitter Pickering. Into the box will be Cohen Owens, the right fielder for Granger. Faller will take the runner at first, delivers on the slide step. Bunt attempt is pulled back for ball 1. Pitch was close, just below the knees, 1-0. 1-1 game here in the top half of the second inning. Give a shout out to a couple of Wasatch teams. Again, boys lacrosse 1-1 on the season. We're supposed to play on Saturday. That game got snowed out at Highland. Swing and a miss, strike one. 1-1 now the count. Girls lacrosse tie, I believe 2-3 on the year. Have wins over American Fork and Desert Hills. Had a loss to West Jordan on Monday, 18-13. 1-1, still nobody out here in the top of the second. Faller delivers on the slide step. In at the knees for strike two.
Yeah, it's a really busy time of year, Tyler, when you start going through all of that. And a lot of these sports that are in the off-season have a lot going on as well. Talking before this game to some of the wrestlers on the girls' wrestling team, Ty, and they're busy with their national tournaments and showcases that are going on.
Another base knock to the 3-4 hole. So 2-strike hitting here for Granger. They're 3 for 3 with 2 outs. Throw to third, though, is going to be in time. What a throw from Eddie Bluth. Have an out at third base. The runner will advance to second. So Wasatch finally able to get an out here in the top of the second at third base. What a throw from the sophomore Eddie Bluth.
Yeah, Wasatch needed that a little bit, Tyler. Granger's snatching some momentum here, getting back-to-back 2-strike hits on Wasatch. And Wasatch needing to snatch momentum back on their side. Eddie Bluth with a nice outfield assist there.
First hit of the season there for Cohen Owens. He came in 0 for 6. Max Pace, the center fielder, will now step into the box. And he'll take ball one.
What Eddie just did is not as easy as it might look, Tyler, because this outfield, if you've never been out in a Wasatch High School outfield in the spring, it can be a little treacherous out there, Tyler, with the snow and the bumpiness. The water doesn't come on until at least another month, and it's a little bumpy.
High chopper to Salmon is short. He'll field the easy hop, throws it across the diamond to Mahoney in time for out number 2. Runner will advance to third base. So 2 away, 1-1 the score with the runner on third.
And just to finish the thought there, Tyler, why that's so good from Eddie is it's hard to come up on a ball like that with confidence to field it and get into your throwing motion because it can hop around a little bit, and you don't want to give up extra bases by letting the ball get by you in the outfield. So good play there from Eddie.
Fouled off. This is Quinton Owens, the first baseman, still looking for his first hit on the season. 0 of 4 coming into the game, again playing first base. 0-1 the count after the foul ball. Wasatch still playing shallow in the outfield. The 0-1. That one in at the knees for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Faller sets, looking to close out the inning. The 0-2 goes with the off speed. That'll be fouled off to the Wasatch dugout. Keep the count at no balls, 2 strikes. Boys volleyball team already 12 matches under their belt. Swept Salem Hills yesterday to improve to 2-0 in region play. 9-3 on the season. The 0-2, another foul ball, this time to the Granger side. Currently unranked tie, but they've got wins over number 3 Olympus. Actually swept number 3 Olympus 3-0, and then beat number 2 in 6A, Lone Peak, in a 5-set thriller.
They've got some fantastic athletes on that volleyball team, Tyler. Some guys that can really get up and jump.
The 0-2, this one's left up over the plate. Another base knock. Blake Sweat does a good job of cutting it off, keeps it to a single in the left center field gap, but Granger takes the lead 2-1.
Well, they're finding the holes out there, Tyler. Nothing's being hit particularly hard, but they're just finding the gaps out there. You see the outfield right now. This is interesting, Tyler. They're coming in. It almost looks like you've got 9 infielders right now. The outfield is so close to where the infield is because Granger's just not hitting it very far. So Wasatch is trying to close those gaps that these balls are falling in.
Jackson Haslam, the third baseman, 0 for 3 on the season. So in this inning alone, both Owens were able to get their first hits of the year, and now Haslam is looking for his first hit. Hitting number 9. He'll take strike 1, ball 1. Now a delayed still attempt. Runner is caught in between the bag. Dahl's got to get rid of it. He does. Now Stocking running back to first base, gets rid of it, lays the tag, and Granger will run themselves out of the inning. We'll start with number 9 hitter when we come back. But Granger able to produce 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, nobody left on base. It's 2-1 for Granger as we move into the bottom of the second.
Check out the Fit Stop Health Club. It's more than a great facility. Their employees and staff create a comfortable, caring, supportive place for men and women of all ages, as well as their families, to work out. They have your tanning beds, massage, and personal trainers. Find your new groove. Jump into their therapy pool with endless laughs. They have Group X classes with nationally certified and specially trained instructors. See what the Fit Stop offers. Go to their website at fitstophealthclub.com. For more information, call 654-2131.
At Heber Park City Appliance, you're getting a dedicated team of professionals who go out of their way to keep your home running smoothly. And when we say team, we're talking about 40 years of winning service and reliability. We're here to boost your at-home satisfaction long after your purchase. So when it's fourth quarter and your fridge goes out, oh man, be confident knowing we're a team that will go the distance for you. Heber Park City Appliance in Heber City. Visit us online at heberappliance.com.
It's game time! Let's do it! Ready? Wasatch High School Sports on the radio with Ty and Ty on 94.5 The Beat.
Bottom of the second, brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Stop on in for sales and services. Visit them at their store in Midway or visit them at gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. Eddie Bluth will lead it off for Wasatch, 7-8-9. Eddie coming in 250, 11 runs scored, 2 RBIs, 1 triple. And Ty, what Eddie and Braxton, the two sophomores at the 7-8 spots, have done so well is just get on base. Only a 250 batting average for Bluth on the season, but you look at the more advanced stats here on the batting side. Comes in having gotten on base. He has 2 hit by pitches and 11 walks in that 7 spot. Go down to Braxton Fowler. He's going to swing at the 0-1, or excuse me, the 1-0. It's going to be elevated to left field for the first out of the inning. Follow up that thought, Fowler 9 walks and 2 hit by pitches. So tons of freebies being produced down here at the bottom of the lineup for Wasatch.
When you look at those two, Tyler, it's an on-base percentage of .586 for Bluth, and Fowler's all the way up at .615 for his on-base percentage. So batting average doesn't tell all, right? If you've ever seen the movie Moneyball, you know, why do you like him? Because he gets on base, right? And that's what those guys do. They get on base for Wasatch.
That one misses into the left-handed batter's box for ball 1. So 1-0, it is Fowler, 333, 10 runs scored, 7 RBIs, and a double. So if you go through 7, 8, 9 in this lineup, Ty, a combined 35 runs scored already for 7, 8, and 9. 11 for Bluth, 10 for Fowler, and 14 for Stocking.
Yeah, an on-base percentage of .586, .615, and .600 with 7-8-9 coming at you. It's incredible. Your 7-8-9 are averaging getting on base 6 out of 10 times for Wasatch right now.
The 1-1 after getting the outside corner, misses outside, moves the count to 2-1. Boys soccer ties had a little bit, I think, tougher start of the season than what they expected. 3-1 on the year, but they lost to Lone Peak, who's one of the best teams in 6A, and then took two overtimes for them to get the victory over Spanish Fork. 2-1 was the victory in that one, scoring the golden goal in double overtime. Then beat Timpview yesterday 3-0.
Well, they've got the target on their back this year, Tyler. Back-to-back state champions, trying to go for a third time. They're not sneaking up on anyone at any time, and they're going to get everyone's best shot each time they step onto the field.
It'll be full count here to Fowler as a couple of pitches miss outside. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Wasatch trailing 2-1 to Granger. Gabe comes set, delivers the payoff. That one's going to miss as well. Second walk of the game for Gabe. And Fowler once again reaches base, his 10th walk on the year. To bring up number 9 hitter Stocking, 455, 14 runs scored, leads the team in that category, 5 RBIs and a double.
He had a great tournament, Tyler, for Wasatch down there at Desert Hills this last weekend. He played all over. He played in the infield, played in the outfield, but his bat was really his best feature. He was just on the barrel over and over and over again and getting big hits with runners in scoring position.
Easton Wood will be the speed-up runner here for Fowler. Pickoff move, not in time. The softball tie has started off 2-6 in the spring season. Lost their region opener yesterday, 15-2 to Maple Mountain. Swung on from Stocking, fouled it off. 0-1 the count. Track was supposed to have a meet yesterday, Ty, but that was canceled due to weather. On deck is Austin Brown, top of the order.
Something that Kyron's done really well this season, Tyler, is he's just stayed within the philosophy. Doesn't try to do too much. And you can see on that swing again, just going right back up the middle.
Little hit and run. Unfortunately, it's right at the second baseman, and Wasatch is doubled up on the hit and run. And that'll do it. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Wasatch trails 2-1 going into the third.
Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy, your local beauty school. Explore the art of cosmetology, barbering, hair design, basic aesthetics, master aesthetics, and nail tech programs. Visit bonniejosephacademy.edu to learn more and enroll today. Financial aid is available for qualifying students, and we offer flexible schedules and distant education options. Transform your passion into a rewarding career at Bonnie Joseph Academy, where beauty meets expertise. Bonnie Joseph Academy, Heber City.
Hungry for mouth-watering all-American comfort food? Look no further. Chubby's has just opened in Heber Valley, bringing you award-winning burgers and cheesesteaks made from 100% premium black Angus beef. With 9 Utah locations, our family-owned and operated restaurant knows how to satisfy your cravings. And don't forget to treat yourself to our delicious desserts. Come taste the difference today at Chubby's, located at 220 North Main Street. Chubby's Cafe, your neighborhood destination for the food you crave.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Top of the third brought to you by Big O Tires. Get ready to rev up your savings with Big O Tires. Whether you're looking for the best tire deals or unbeatable service specials, you'll find everything you need to keep your vehicle in top shape while keeping more money in your wallet. 9-1-2 up for Granger. Jackson Haslam, again, the third baseman, 0 for 3 on the season, followed by Anthony Spicer and Traxton Gardner. First pitch in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. You mentioned March Madness. Do you have a favorite? Who you liking? Have you filled out your bracket, or are you one that waits till the last second?
No, I got it filled out. Now I'm questioning everything the more I watch on it, Tyler.
1-1.
Taking Auburn.
Auburn?
Yeah. Not a popular
little
pick.
Bruce Pearl.
Lost 3 out of their last 4 games, so team that's pretty cold. Could see them go down tomorrow. Who knows?
1 ball, 1 strike. That one misses low and outside again. Moves the count 2-1.
I've seen projections that some think you'll get 4 SEC teams in the Final Four. You see that? The 1, 2, 3, 4 SEC finishers, Florida, Auburn.
This one's going to be swung on, elevated foul, and out of play. Moves the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Alabama, Tennessee, could get them all in there. You like that, or you got someone else you have in mind?
It's a couple of interesting second-round games for these number 1 seeds. Louisville just made it to the AC championship game, and that's who Auburn would get in the second round. How about Florida? Ooh, rings them up on the outside corner.
Pitch.
First Gravity Coalition strikeout of the game for the sophomore faller.
That's a really good pitch from Braxton. Good bounce back. He's been in the zone all day, Tyler. 2 strikes after 2 strikes. Granger just kept kind of poking hits on him last inning, but Braxton continues to pump the zone. In fact, on the day, 35 pitches, 26 have been strikes for Braxton. He's been really good.
Ball 1 here to the leadoff guy, Anthony Spicer. Second baseman does have a double on the year. Lined out to left field in his first at-bat. Finished that thought tie. Florida seems to be the popular pick. They could have a second-round matchup to UConn, who's 2-time defending champs. Like, it's a tough second-round game. And then you go over to the Houston side, and I know Gonzaga hasn't had a Gonzaga year, but still, Gonzaga, they're a staple for the Sweet 16, and that's who Houston has to go to get to the Sweet 16.
Is there someone who has the easiest path, Tyler? Michigan State, maybe? Iowa State,
with Iowa
their
State's
big
best
one,
player
being out,
and 3-0 the count here to Spicer.
Going to get Michigan State, who's going to end up facing North Carolina in the Elite Eight.
I love picking Michigan State, and so that's who I've got winning at ties, Michigan State. Little 3-0 swing is going to be fouled off behind the Wasatch dugout. 3 balls, 1 strike. I like to pick Michigan State, so whenever they're good, which seems to be they're good. I don't know how good the Big Ten is, but so I got I got Michigan State.
Tom Izzo, he wins.
Tom Izzo.
But that's what they say about St. John's too, right? Rick Pitino over there, he wins in the tournament.
Which is more,
it's a bunch of guys that win.
Yeah, which is more impressive, Pitino, who's done it at how many different schools now, or Coach K? Like, wait, I mean, it's got to be pretty. Like Pitino, I feel like maybe doesn't get the same credit as Tom Izzo or Jim Boeheim or Rick Calhoun or Coach K. This one's right back up the middle. Double play opportunity. Stocking to Salmon to Mahoney. That's a nice 4-6-3 double play.
Hey, give it the 1 in there, too. 1-4-6-3. Ricocheted off of Braxton there. Just your casual 1-4-6-3 double play.
No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. It's still 2-1 going into the bottom of the third.
Hi, this is Kendall Crittenden, Wasatch County Council member and a member of the Caring Community Coalition. Did you know that kids are at a greater risk of experimenting with alcohol and drugs between the hours of 3 and 6 p.m.? Many parents are still at work this time of day. Check in with your kids. Find out where your kids will be, who they'll be with, and what they will be doing. Brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Caring Community Coalition.
Hi, this is Corbin Gordon from Gordon Law Group. I commonly get approached by people with the same question. Hey, do you guys do a particular type of law? The answer is almost always, yeah, we do that. We are the Valley's only full-service law firm that has been in business for over 20 years. We have 5 experienced attorneys who do estate work, litigation, business formation, real estate, water law, divorce, criminal defense, and many others. Gordon Law Group, yeah, we do that.
It's game time! Let's do it! Ready? Wasatch High School Sports on the radio with Ty and Ty on 94.5 The Beat.
Bottom of the third, brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, your one-stop shop for gas, groceries, and goodies, located at 2nd North Main in Camas. On your way at Mirror Lake Station Highway, winners of Best In-State Donuts. Top of the order up for Wasatch, 1, 2, 3 will be Brown, Sweat, Shaw, trailing 2-1 in the bottom of the third. Brown flew out to center field in his first at bat. He'll take ball 1. 1-0, also misses inside. 2-0 now to count.
Do you think Labrum knows the danger that those cars are in over there in the parking lot, Tyler, with the new parking lot being built back behind the right field fence?
The 2-0, that one gets the inside corner for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike to the freshman Brown.
Over the years, we haven't seen too many balls hit over in that area. I can remember one from old Easton Romero of Spanish Fort going that distance, but with the power Brown showed in St. George, he could put one in that parking lot.
2-1's going to be swung on. It's a hot hit ground ball, but the second baseman gets the good hop, throws it to first, 1 away.
How nice would it be to play on turf, Tyler? Just get those clean hops all the time. It's a hard hit ball, really well hit off the bat, but right at the second baseman.
Blake Sweat walked and scored in his first at bat, also had a stolen base. Continues to be hot on the season. 12 runs scored now for Blake, second on the team behind Stocking with 14. First pitch of the at-bat's going to be swung on. It's a lazy ground ball that will go foul down the third base side.
So of all the talk about Big 12 and SEC teams, you're going with the Big 10 team to win the college basketball tournament.
It's kind of a fan pick for me. Like, I like Michigan State for whatever reason. And, we're going to go Michigan State against Bama in the championship. For whatever reason, I like to pick teams that had success the year before, right? Bama, Final Four team last year. They know how to get there. Duke always gets beat. They're in Duke's bracket, so they always get beat.
I kind of had that thought about Houston, right? Houston had a pretty good team the year before.
It's going to be swung on. It's going to be ground ball to the third baseman. Third baseman moves to the side, fields it on the side, throws it across the diamond in time. 2 batters, 2 away here in the bottom of the third.
Ty, I mentioned the parking lot over there in right field, but it's a different look at Wasatch's field this year, isn't it, with the new fire station being built out there in left field as well. Kind of filling in. It used to just be all fields out there beyond there, and got parking lots in the right and now parking lots in the left with the fire station beyond you. Who's some hitters you can think of in the past that can maybe threaten that fire station?
Bridger Shaw is going to swing at the first pitch. Foul ball goes off the dugout on the Wasatch side for strike 1.
Talk about like some lefties that had some pop, right? Like a Chet Wilson, Austin Brown. I mentioned Easton Romero, Spanish Fort pulling out there. But your right-handed hitters, it's more of a threat now with the fire station. Peyton Swap's got to be on the list, right? Peyton could put a bunch out there.
Parker Sweat's one that comes to mind. You know, Tag Baxter was more of just that gap line drive guy, right? But he had some good pop off the bat as well. Noah Turley, of course, Ty would have been one. They could have definitely cleared that second fence out there on the left-hand side.
Yeah, it's too bad. His career will always be a giant what-if, won't it, right? He got injured as a freshman, hit really well as a sophomore, didn't play as a junior, and then COVID year as a senior. So, you know, all the talent there, he played just a little over 1 full season.
Another ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop fields it cleanly, throws it across the diamond. 3 up, 3 down. Everybody getting involved. A ground ball to the second baseman, shortstop, and third base. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's still 2-1 going into the fourth.
Heber Valley, whether you're cheering on our high school team or enjoying a day in our beautiful valley, our community is stronger when we love local. Our local businesses are the heartbeat of Heber Valley, from your favorite cafe to the shop on the corner. When you shop local, you're supporting your neighbors and investing in the future of our community. So next time you're out and about, show some love. Shop, dine, and explore right here in Heber Valley. Brought to you by the Heber Valley Chamber of Commerce. Remember, love local. It makes all the difference. Visit gohebervalley.com/shop.
A home equity line of credit from UCCU makes it easy to access the equity in your home. And right now, UCCU is offering home equity lines of credit with no fees or closing costs. With increased home values, there is more equity to use for whatever you need. A wedding, a remodel, or whatever comes up. It's your equity, so it's entirely up to you. Start your application or learn more at uccu.com. Low rates, no fees, faster than ever. UCCU, love where you bank.
It's game time! Let's do it! Ready? Wasatch High School Sports on the radio with Ty and Ty on 94.5 The Beat.
Top of the fourth, brought to you by Heber Appliance. When it's fourth down and your fridge goes out, turn your letdown into a touchdown at Heber Appliance. Increase your at-home satisfaction with Heber Appliance furniture and mattress. We are your hometown team. 3-4-5 up for Granger. First pitch is swung on and fouled back. This is Marco Villapando, left fielder, grounded out to the third baseman in his first at bat.
Ready to call it the broadcaster's jinx yet, Tyler? We talked about how this team doesn't play clean, and all of a sudden they're picking up ground balls left and right for Wasatch. Team doesn't get many hits, only had 7 coming into the season. They go 4 straight on Braxton. I mean, broadcaster's jinx coming out in full force today. So tell me what team you want to win March Madness. I'll pick whoever they're not playing, and then they'll end up winning.
2 on the count here to Villapando. Your Utah hockey team didn't look so good last night.
Tyler, I was so excited.
You didn't
We
respond.
sat down. We had the family all sitting around. We've gotten into hockey, and geez, it's 5-0 before you blink over there against the Oilers.
You know, you're a Utah State guy, so I like to give you a hard time about the Mountain West. And San Diego State didn't show out so well against UNC. Check swing. Did he go? Tag him. You're not going to check that one? No, he didn't. That'll fill up the count at 3-2. Anyway, I text you the Mountain West didn't look so good, and then I text you later that the hockey team
was too soon.
was looking like a Mountain West team out there on the ice and didn't get a response.
Well, you knew it was bad, Tyler, when they had a power play in the first period. It's 0-0, and they just had a big win over Vancouver. Yeah, I mean, it was a really good win, and shorthanded. The Oilers got a steal and wouldn't put it in the back of the net when they were down 4 to 5 players against Utah. And from that point on, it was just a steamroll from the Oilers.
Leadoff walk will put Villapando on base. It's going to bring up Hugo Cabillan, shortstop. He's tripled down the right field side and scored in his last at bat. Steps in on the right-handed batter's box. Okay lead over at first base from Villapando. Baller working out of the stretch. Slide step delivery. He's going to be swung on to the right side. That'll get into the bullpen for strike 1. Outfield starters again here for Wasatch. Blake Sweat in left. Center field, Austin Brown. Right field, Eddie Bluth. Your infield, Bridger Shaw at third. Sophomore Jack Salmon at short. Kyron Stocking at second, and Grant Mahoney at first with Micah Dahl behind the dish. Fowler delivers the 0-1, swung on, a little hit and run action, is fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner will go back to first base.
Tough pitch to hit and run on there, Tyler. Granger trying to start the runner on first, and you're looking for something hopefully middle, outer half that you can punch the other way. That's a breaking pitch that's coming in, nearly hitting the batter. He did a good job to try to protect his runner, but that's a really tough pitch to handle.
The 0-2 pickoff move had him leaning. Did he get back to the bag? No, he didn't. Pickoff is successful for Fowler. 1 away.
Well, that's the 3rd pickoff on the season here, Tyler. You've seen a couple good pick moves. Who's got the best? Eddie Bluth picked someone off, right? I think Bridger's picked someone off here at this point. Braxton.
I think Braxton's pretty smooth on. Eddie's was nice, though, when he got the pickoff move. 0-2. That one's going to miss low and outside for ball one. 1-2 now the count continues just with
now
the strange.
Four outs that they've run into
exactly.
on the base paths.
Had a guy thrown out at third, had a guy caught stealing, had the 4-6-3 double play last inning, and now a pickoff here in the fourth. Swung on. That one's going to be roped to the right center field gap. Brown's going to try to cut this one off. Runner's going to try to go for two. Brown picks it up. The throw not in time. And a one-out double for Kabian. That's his second extra base hit on the day.
Ty, obviously being Wasatch guys, it's not a problem for us that Granger keeps running into outs. But if you're a baseball purist, it just kind of makes you sick to your stomach, doesn't it? You have to cherish your outs a little bit more than Granger is taking care of them. When you get on the base paths, you've got to take care. It's just hard to get runners on the bases. And the fact that they just keep running into outs over and over and over again, think of how different this game would be if they haven't already given up 4 outs on the base paths in 3+ innings.
Pickering will re-enter the game. He singled and brought in Kubian in his first at-bat. That's his third RBI on the year. Was pinch ran for, so now he will re-enter the game. Swing and a miss, strike one.
Well, his first hit, Tyler, went through that 5-6 hole just to the backhand side of Salmon. And you can see that swing again, pull side swing. And so if I'm Bridger and Jack, hopefully these guys are expecting the ball coming their way, because that looks to be the action that this swing has.
Decent lead from Kubian there at second base. Draws a pickoff move from Fowler. He's able to get back. 0-1 now the count. Fowler, one look, delivers. Runner's going to go to third. The throw from Dahl. I don't think he got him, so that is another stolen base there from Pickering. Runner on third with a 1-1 count. One ball, one strike. Pickering back into the box, the designated hitter. That one hits the spot. Nice spot there from Fowler. 1-2 now the count. Fowler working out of the windup for the first time this season. Delivers the 1-2. That one's going to be hit out of the catcher's glove. Runner will score. Stocking will field it cleanly at second base. Flip it over to Mahoney. Second RBI on the day for Pickering. And it's now a 3-run lead for the Lancers.
Well, they're taking chances, and it's paying off for them, Tyler. That was a bold risk to go over to third base on that steal. But they don't get that run if you don't try to steal that bag.
Brings up the number 6 hitter, Cohen Owens. He also singled through the 3-4 hole, his first hit of the year, and he scored. It was the second run of the day. He'll take strike one on the outside corner. Swung on, elevated to the outfield. Brown can't come up with it. Another single for Owens, his second hit on the season. And Granger extends the inning. Sixth hit on the day for Granger. Wasatch, who came in smoking the ball, only one hit so far in the game today. We're able to produce a run off of it. Brings up the center fielder Max Pace, hitting in the 7th spot. Grounded out to the shortstop. He's going to square to bunt with 2 outs. And that one misses for ball one. One-0. Right-hander steps in on the right-hand batter's box. Decent lead over first base. Pickoff move, not in time. One ball, no strikes. Working here in the top of the 4th. Wasatch trailing 3-1. Granger winless. Runner's going to go. The throw from Dahl is in time. And once again, Granger is caught stealing, second time today. But they're able to produce a run. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. Still nobody left on base. It is 3-1 going into the bottom of the 4th.
Big O Tires in Heber is your one-stop shop for tires and service. What was once Point S is now Big O Tires. Same service, but different name. We're locally owned and operated and want to help you get your vehicle ready to road trip this summer. Stop in for all your name brand tires, oil changes, alignments, brakes, batteries, shocks, struts, and a whole lot more. Plus, Big O Tires offers financing options to fit any budget or any situation. Visit us today. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Hey there, Heber City. Are you tired of dings, dents, and scrapes ruining the beauty of your beloved vehicle? Look no further than Robards Collision, the ultimate destination for all your auto body needs. At Robards Collision, they've been offering top-notch collision repairs and outstanding customer service. Their team of expert technicians is passionate about bringing your car back to its original glory, no matter the size of damage. Their state-of-the-art facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology, ensuring precise and accurate repairs. They handle it all with precision and care.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Fifth inning and fifth inning stretch brought to you by Guild Mortgage. Tom Stone is committed to helping his clients understand their options for real estate financing and assisting them to make solid home loan decisions that meet their needs. That's Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage. 4-5-6 up for Wasatch. It'll be Micah Dahl, Grant Mahoney, and Jack Salmon. Fly ball is going to go into the foul territory. First baseman has a chance to make the play, not able to come up to it. Dahl survives. No balls, one strike. Just haven't been able to get on time, Ty. Nothing overpowering here on the mound. The Wasatch has just been out ahead of it for most of the day. And Granger's done a good job, only giving up one hit, 2 walks, and 1 run. Dahl, another off speed, is going to be elevated to right field. Right fielder comes up, makes the play, 1 away.
Well, it's what pitchers like this hope to do, is just entice you to get a little bit off balance, a little bit off your timing, and serve up fly balls into the outfield. Ty, what's the way to beat it? What would you be telling your players?
You got to be thinking up the middle, right? You got to be thinking on a line up the middle.
And that step for your balance, you just can't get too big on that step either. Just kind of quiet down your approach. Just stay on balance. I know sometimes coaches do in practice drills where there are no step drills. It's just all about controlling your hands and throwing at the ball that's coming.
Mahoney gets out in front again. He's going to elevate this one. I shouldn't say again. Mahoney has the 1 hit on the day. It was a double down the left field side. 2 away, as this one's a pop out to the second baseman.
Bridger Shaw getting loose in the bullpen for Wasatch. Fowler about 60 pitches into this game. Don't imagine they'll go too much deeper. Maybe they'll try to get one more inning out of Braxton, but I don't think they want to push it too far, Ty.
Salmon popped out to the center fielder in his first at bat, comes up, takes ball 1. Eddie Bluth on deck. That one misses as well. 2 balls, no strikes.
Oh, how about a little 2-out rally here, Tyler? See if we can get a base runner and get a little something going.
2 balls, no strikes to the sophomore Salmon. The pitch, that one misses. Oh, no, they give it to him. The pitch is probably about 3/4 inches outside. 2-1 now the count.
Not a hard pitch to hit. That thing's coming in maybe legitimately around 60 miles an hour. So if you know they're going to call that, you just got to cover the outer half of the plate. It's easy to see and cover. You see Jack doing that on that foul ball.
Perfect. I mean, it's a perfect zone for a kid like this, right, Ty? Just to live on the outside, especially if you're going to get a couple more inches outside and just dare teams to try to pull that to the pull side. Salmon's going to hit this one hard, but it goes off the mound straight to the second baseman, who will field it cleanly, throw it to first. Another 1-2-3 inning. That is now 3 straight innings of 1-2-3 baseball here for Granger. No runs, no hits, no errors. We'll keep it here for the 5th inning stretch. Once again, brought to you by Guild Mortgage. And Ty, throw it over to you for the Wasatch game summary.
Well, we're moving quickly here in this one, Tyler. 3-1 is the score at Wasp Field. That's right, you're listening to home baseball here for Wasatch High School today. Nice to have the turf as there was snow on the ground this morning. Wasatch got off to a good start, Tyler. It took 6 pitches to get 3 outs in the first inning for Braxton Fowler, and it looked like the Wasps were going to cruise. The Wasps then put a run on the board in the bottom of the first. They had a chance to tack on a couple more runners on third and second, but they couldn't get the big 2-out hit, and that's how the first inning ended with Wasatch in front 1-0. But Granger came back at them, Tyler, scoring 2 in the top of the second on 4 straight hits. Just kind of a random inning, Tyler, as Fowler kept getting to 2 strikes, and then Granger just kept poking hits out there. They ran their way out of that inning, though, Tyler, as they kept getting out on the base paths, whether it be caught stealing or advancing on bases, and they certainly could have put more on the board, but they just kind of ran themselves out of the inning. Wasatch has gone scoreless in the second, third, and fourth, while Granger put one more on the board in the top of the 4th inning. So right now, the Granger Lancers lead Wasatch 3-1. They've out-hit Wasatch 6-1 in this game, and that is a perplexing stat, Ty. We talked coming in, and Granger hasn't faced the toughest of schedules. They only had 7 hits on the entire season coming into this game, and they put 6 up on Wasatch right now. The Wasps, on the other hand, were averaging just under 12 runs per game. So that's not even hits, Tyler. That's runs per game, and Wasatch only 1 hit on the day. Just a twilight zone of a game that we've been in so far. Wasatch trailing 3-1.
That'll be 7-8-9 up for Granger. Do have a new pitcher on the mound. Bridger Shaw comes onto the mound, and Tyson Dahl will enter the game at third base. Braxton Fowler will go to short, and that'll bring Jack Salmon out of the ball game momentarily here for Wasatch. Quick 0-2 count to Max Price, and Bridger goes to work quickly, and the foul ball keeps the count at no balls, 2 strikes. Game summary brought to you by the Gordon Law Group, your full-service local law firm who invests in their clients the best knowledge and expertise needed for all areas of the law. Mentioned Bridger 2-0 on the season. Had 2 starts down in St. George, and he gets our second Gravity Coalition strikeout. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
That's a good start for Bridger. Ty mentioned he's one of the senior leaders on this team. Leads the team both at the plate and on the mound. 2 wins, and they're going to need a third from him here today, Tyler. With Braxton coming out, this would be Bridger's game to win if Wasatch is going to get back in this one.
Comes in with a 3.89 ERA. This pitch is going to be swung on. Tyson Dahl's going to call everybody off and makes the play. Ty, that's a nice play there from Dahl. Bridger Shaw had called it. And as much as you want your infielders making plays. Tyson Dahl takes charge, calls it, and there's now 2 away on the pop out to third base.
Well, your pitchers in high school are often wonderful athletes, Tyler, and so they can go get those balls. But the angles coming off the mound, it just is a little bit trickier. So you want to go in your priority order. And, if you've never heard the priority, the number 1 priority on the field is the center fielder. He gets to call everyone off and come get that ball. And then it just kind of works your way in. Your right and left fielder are next, shortstop and second are next, then your corners, then your pitcher, then your catcher. So when the pitcher calls that, if the corners are coming in to call him off, the pitcher is taught to get out of the way and give that up to the corners.
0-2 the count here to the number 9 hitter, Haslam, who struck out looking in his first at-bat. Shaw, 9 innings pitched in his 2 appearances, 4 walks to 11 strikeouts and a 3.89 ERA. Has 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 2 strikeouts in the inning. Again, brought to you by Gravity Coalition. And Bridger keeps the score at 3-1 as we go into the bottom of the 6th.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 20 years. They've recently been named the best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot or a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 78 years at the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
We at Guild Mortgage help people build personal wealth through real estate, be it your first home, next home, dream home, or investment property. At Guild Mortgage, we help you refinance for that lower interest rate, shorter term, or home remodel. At Guild Mortgage, we help you plan for retirement by owning multiple investment properties and can even add to your retirement plan with a reverse mortgage. We at Guild Mortgage believe everyone can own what matters.
It's game time! Let's do it! Ready? Wasatch High School Sports on the radio with Ty and Ty on 94.5 The Beat.
Ty got all off on my innings there. We ran into the 5th inning stretch in between the 4th and 5th inning.
It felt like a good time to update the listeners on where we're at, Ty. That's all right.
So we're in the bottom of the 5th. I said we were in the bottom of the 6th going to the break. We're only in the bottom of the 5th inning. Wasatch again trails 3-1. Wasatch with 7-8-9 up as well. It'll be Eddie Bluth, Braxton Fowler, Kyron Stocking. Quick Gordon Law Group. Rare stat of the game. Granger has had 8 base runners, has scored 3 runs, but has left nobody on base.
Yeah, that's because they've run into 5 outs while on the bases, Tyler.
Eddie Bluth popped out to left field in his first at bat. Wasatch only 1 hit. So 2 walks, so 3 base runners on the day for Wasatch. All 2 of those base runners coming in the first inning and 1 coming in the second.
Certainly has the look that Wasatch is playing a little tight right now, doesn't it, Ty? But this just feels like just one guy needs to get things going, right? Like you get one hit, just get the monkey off your back a little bit, get a little pressure on that defense. I think Wasatch is going to come out of this. But you just got to have someone at this point that's going to step up for Wasatch and find their way on the base path.
It's a 1-2 count here to Bluth as he's taken all 3 first pitches here. Gabe delivers, goes back to the off speed. Eddie Bluth, nice inside out swing, but it's just going to elevate to the left fielder who comes up, makes the play for the first out.
Yeah, right place, right time. That's a pretty well hit ball. But that left fielder playing way over in the gap is able to track that down fairly easily.
Braxton Fowler, who did reach base, but then was doubled up. His speed up runner was doubled up on a hit and run attempt that was a line drive to the second baseman. Fowler, as you mentioned, up above 600 on his on-base percentage. .333 batting average. He'll take ball 1. Pitches, right? So 51 pitches for Gabe. Been very efficient. That one bounces in front of the plate. 2-0 the count.
Ty, what did you think was tougher to hit against? A slow pitcher like this or a 90 plus?
Oh, I had terrible hands, and so it was
90 plus.
90 plus, definitely. Now, I luckily had an inside-out swing, so I could occasionally touch a 90 and just poke it through the 3-4 hole. But a lot of times I think Coach Scholl knew that, and so my hits came from drag punts against 90. The 3-0, Braxton taking all the way, takes strike 1, 3 balls, 1 strike. I think you like the heat, right? You like the good fastball.
Yeah, fastball is what I love. The pitch that I thought was the toughest, Tyler, is the slider because it looks like a fastball coming out of the hand.
The 3-1 off speed's going to hit to the 5-6 hole. Shortstop fills it with the backhand. Not going to get there in time as Fowler has the second hit of the day for Wasatch on the infield base hit. And with 1 away, Wasatch has their first base runner here in the bottom of the 5th since the second inning.
That's a good play from Kabilan, Tyler. I thought that thing was going to get through it short pretty easily. But he ranges over there, knocks it down, and has a chance to make the throw. Well, that's a little generous. There was never really a chance to get Braxton out on that, but he makes the throw over, and it keeps it interesting at least.
Let's see what Coach McCoy likes to do here. He's been aggressive on the base passes up to the season so far. See if he tries to get Fowler in scoring position. Instead, it's going to be a bunt. The bunt's going to go right back to the pitcher. Pitcher fields it cleanly, throws it to first in time. So the sacrifice bunt puts Braxton Fowler in scoring position with now 2 away and gets us back up to the top of the order.
That's an interesting call there from Coach McCoy, Tyler. He hasn't bunted very often this year. What do you think's the thought process going into that?
Just trying to chip away, right? Bridger, just the different speed, looked like they're going to be a little bit behind Bridger, so I think his thought is Bridger going to keep this one at a 3-1 game. So if I can just score 1 here, have 3 chances to score 1 run, we win the ball game. And let's be honest, 1 swing of the bat here from Brown ties up the game as well.
Well, that and, again, 21 errors on the season for Granger, right? You make them make throws, and you might trust the statistics there a little bit, Tyler. Granger's just not – you haven't had to do much with the pitcher as far as making plays like that. And so you'd like to have Stocky maybe pull him off the mound a little bit more towards third base. But I like the idea there from Coach.
1-0, make it 2-0. This was going to get away from the catcher. Fowler will take third base. Catcher throws it on the run, and Fowler is safe. So now runner on third, 2-0. The other thought of that as well as their tie is pitcher getting a little bit fatigued. Now you have a chance on a pass ball to get a run in. 2-0, 2 away. Brown 0 for 2 today with a fly out and ground out. The 2-0. That one misses outside again. 3 balls, no strikes.
Well, Wasatch with Brown, the tying run. Wonder how aggressive Coach is going to be with him here, Ty. Love to find a way to get him on base with Blake Sweat coming up next. Steal Brown over.
Outfield playing deep. The 3-0. Doesn't matter. He'll miss. And so Brown will reach for the first time. That's the 3rd walk on the day from the Granger pitcher. And that'll bring up Blake Sweat. Walked and scored in his first at-bat. Grounded out to the third baseman in his second at-bat.
That's a good time there to be patient if you're Brown, Tyler, because the motion and the speed of this pitcher, Austin should be able to swipe this back. And so I think if I'm Coach, I'm putting him in motion fairly early here. You're going to ask Blake to maybe sacrifice himself, maybe fall down a strike or 2. and then see if you can't get a knock with 2 runners in scoring position and tie this thing up.
Is going to earn our first Mirror Lake Station trip to the mound from the Granger pitching coach. Brings in the entire infield to talk things over with runners on the corners and 2 away. Overreaction Tuesday on Rich Eisenthal. The overreaction, see if you think this is an overreaction, is the Dodgers will go 162-0.
Well, that's a broadcaster's jinx. They're going to get beat down 15-0 in their next game. That's how it's going to go.
Well, it's not for a month, right? 'Cause they
Watching
gotta
this
get back
game
from
here
Tokyo.
is a perfect example of why that could never possibly happen. Wasatch is far superior to this Granger team, yet they're down 3-1. And Granger's just finding some dinky hits out there in this game. And Wasatch is hitting the ball fairly well on the barrel, and Granger's making some decent plays there, Tyler. Baseball is just funny. I mean, it's going to happen. They're going to be around 100 to 110 wins this season, like is fairly customary for those good teams, and that'll be that. Choke in the playoffs like they usually do, right? Win last year, but
they just won the World Series.
Yeah, I know, out of how many chances?
They choked in game 2 or whatever that they lost. I mean, what? 2-0 the count here to Blake. Brown has not stolen yet. Now he's going to go on the 2-0. Pitch is up in the zone again. So 3-0 the count. Granger opting to keep Gabe in the ball game here, but now a 3-0 count to Sweat.
Coach McCoy signaling into Sweat, Ty, and they're just going to intentionally walk him.
Just going to put him on base, and that'll move us to Bridger Shaw. Popped out to first base, grounded out to the shortstop. He comes up now with the bases juiced. Comes
You're
in,
defend
10
the Dodgers,
RBIs.
though, huh?
What's that?
I mean, how many times is the Dodgers supposed to win it over the last decade, only to be beat out in the first or second round?
Yeah, you're right. I think it's just a little bit harsh coming from a Braves fan who I think that's the life of the Braves fan, isn't it?
That's a pretty tough strike on Bridger there.
That is
that
a
outside
tough
fastball, Tyler, to put him down 1-0. Well, the Dodgers won that because of the Braves, in my opinion. Freddie Freeman's a Brave for life.
No balls, 1 strike to Shaw. Check swing, holds back. 1-1 now the count.
Smart pitch for that pitcher to go out there. He got that strike call on one that certainly was not a strike, but why not go back out there and see if you can get Bridger to chase or maybe get another generous call.
The 1-1 with the bases loaded, down in the dirt again. Good job here from catcher Traxton Gardner. He's done a pretty good job behind the dish, eating up those balls in the dirt.
Pounding the outside part of the plate here, Ty. See if they want to come back inside here on this pitch.
2-1, stays outside, makes it 3-1. Micah Dahl on deck, back-to-back walks after the infield single from Fowler and sacrifice bunt.
I think if I'm Bridger, I put my toes right on the chalk, Tyler, and cover that. That's 4 straight ones on the outside. Heater's not going to get by you on the inside.
The 3-1. That one's up, and that'll bring in a run. That's now 3 straight walks, and this cuts the lead down to 3-2 for Granger. And I think that might do it for Gabe Guerrera. As another trip to the mound from Granger. We'll go ahead and take a break. Wasatch 2, Granger 3, but the bases are loaded 2 away for senior Micah Dahl.
Timberline Ace Hardware is committed to helping their neighbors and their communities, and because they're in the neighborhood, they can deliver almost anything you need. So shop in store or online for whatever your home or yard needs. Choose from top brands like Milwaukee, Steel, Traeger, and Benjamin Moore. Then pick up in store, curbside, or they'll deliver your order right to your home. Around the block, what you need in stock with people that know how to help. Timberline Ace Hardware, serving the community for over 50 years.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Hey Wasatch, it's Nicole with Mountain Refined. We are so excited to be supporting our local teams and all the sports that you guys are into. We wanted you to know a little piece of what we have. You can come on down, grab teacher gifts, protein powder, and even rent that tuxedo for junior prom. Did you guys know that? Shop local and support us. We love being a part of this community. Go Wasatch, 480 North Main Street, right here in Heber.
You'll always find the best deals and expert service at your local Napa Auto Parts store. We offer expert service in helping you find the parts you're looking for your current project, as well as Milwaukee tools. We can also help you with most motorsport, RV, and vehicle battery needs at your local Napa Auto Parts store in Heber City.
Here at Country Gardens and Nursery, we hope that you feel that you are home when you are away from home as you go around our perennial floor checking out the newest and latest for beauty for your garden as you wander into our indoor plant shop, seeing the possibility of what could be yours. Stop by Country Gardens and Nursery, your home away from home. 1401 US 189, Heber City, Utah. And don't forget to check us out on social media for quick tips and tricks throughout the season.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Pitching change here for Granger. Michael Wayman now on the mound. Senior, 8 2/3 innings pitched, a 7.27 ERA, 8 walks, 7 Ks. Has given up 20 hits and 24 runs. It'll be Micah Dahl. He'll take ball 1 above the belt. 1-0 the count.
Granger's, they're after this win, and obviously you can't blame them here, Tyler, but Wayman, he's their ace. He's their best arm, most innings pitched, most strikeouts, most pitches on the season. I mean, whatever metric you want to go through, this is their workhorse, and trying to get him to hold Wasatch at 3-2.
Bases are loaded. Brown at third, Sweat at second, and Easton Wood comes into the game to run for Bridger at first base. 3-0 now the count. Missed high on 2 pitches, outside and low for the third pitch. 3-0. Dahl reached on an error and scored a run on a ground ball to the shortstop in his first at bat. Popped out to the right fielder in his second at bat. Mahoney on deck, the 3-0. That one misses as well. Walks in the tying run. That's now 4 straight walks for Granger. And Wasatch ties the lead at 3-3. Brings up Graham Mahoney, who has one of Wasatch's 2 hits on a double down the left side. Coming in to run for Dahl will be junior Miguel Armendariz. So Mahoney doubled down the left side and then popped out to the second baseman in his second at bat. Comes up with 2 away and the score 3-3. Working out of the windup is Wayman with the bases loaded. The first pitch. That one swung on and roped to left field, and it's not going to carry long enough. 1 run comes in. Wasatch takes the 5-3 lead on the 2-out, 2 RBI single. Second hit of the day for Mahoney, now 9 RBIs on the year.
Well, that's a great job there from Grant, Tyler, to get that clutch hit. But it's really good considering a strike had not been thrown yet in the game by Wayman. Tyler went 4 straight balls in relief. And so the way you get ready and get on time, if you're Grant, is he's obviously making good use of his time on deck. You call those mental at-bats where you're trying to get on time and you're trying to get a good rhythm against the pitcher. And Grant's there. First pitch, right in the zone. He's on it, and he rips the ball right there to left field to give Wasatch the 5-3 lead.
Tyson Dahl gets his first AB of the season for Wasatch. He's entered into the game for Jack's Salmon. And that one's going to get by the catcher, gets through his legs. Both runners will advance to second and third. It's a 1-0 count. Dahl, in his speed-up duties, has scored 4 runs this season, but this is his first plate appearance, and he'll take ball 1. The count. Runners now on second and third. Wasatch with the 4-run fifth, have taken the 5-3 lead. That one above the belt for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Eddie Bluth on deck. The 2-0, check swing, strike 1 here to Dahl. Moves the count to 2-1.
I think he's been trained, Tyler, to look for the fastball 2-0, which is the right approach, but that one coming off the outer half a little bit slow. Just couldn't hold off on the check swing.
That one in there for strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away.
That's the one I think he was looking for on the previous pitch. A little bit more middle in.
Wayman back working out of the stretch with runners only on second and third. The 2-2, it's off speed, swing and a miss. That's the first strikeout of the day for the Granger Lancers, but Wasatch retakes the lead. A 4-run fifth on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners are left on base. We go into the 6th, Wasatch leading by 2.
Chad here from Mountain West Trailers. Celebrating 20 years in business, we know you value strength and reliability. Whether it's for work or play, our dump and equipment trailers are built to last. Enclosed cargo trailers for business and fun, or open utility trailers for everything in between. With expert sales, parts, and service, we've got you covered. Mountain West Trailers is always right behind you. Visit us at mountainwesttrailer.com or stop by at 1470 South Highway 40 here in Heber.
Check out the Fit Stop Health Club. It's more than a great facility. Their employees and staff create a comfortable, caring, supportive place for men and women of all ages, as well as their families, to work out. They have your tanning beds, massage, and personal trainers. Find your new groove. Jump into their therapy pool with endless laughs. They have Group X classes with nationally certified and specially trained instructors. See what the Fit Stop offers. Go to their website at fitstophealthclub.com. For more information, call 654-2131.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Top of the 6 brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Valley. Stop on in for sales and services. Visit them at their store in Midway or visit them at gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. Strike one. Bridger Shaw still on the mound for Wasatch. Tyson Dahl as well stays in the game at third. Another strike. No balls, 2 strikes here to the leadoff guy, Anthony Spicer. Lined out to left field on a good barrel in his first at-bat. Walked in his second at-bat. The 0-2. Swung on and fouled. Ooh, nice play by the third base coach.
See, turf. Easy. You know the hop you're getting over there, Ty.
Rolled it back to the pitcher, though, Ty. So...
well, can't strain yourself too early on in the season.
No balls, 2 strikes. Ring him up, looking, strike 3. Third Gravity Coalition strikeout of the game for senior Bridger Shaw.
It's a good spot, working back on the inside part of the plate there, Tyler. You see Spicer was hanging over the outside, and as that pitch just kept coming in and in on him, it was almost like you could see a talking bubble above his head, just like, oh, shoot, oh, shoot, oh, shoot, oh, shoot. This one looks good, but I can't get around on it. And just hoping it wasn't called a strike, but that one was good.
Brings up the catcher, Traxton Gardner. Flew out to center field and then hit into a 4-6-3 double play in his second at bat. He swings at the first one, fouls it off, now takes ball 1. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Nice little combo that Coach McCoy's gone with. Bring a little bit different speed after starting with Fowler, and Granger's had a hard time catching up to it. The 1-2 goes outside with the off-speed, bounces that one for ball 2. 2-2 now the count.
That's a bit of a surprising pitch there, Tyler, with how far behind that hitter was on the fastball. Not sure why Bridger didn't go right back to the fastball.
Goes back to it there, but misses high above the belt for now a 3-2 count. The 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, and it's too far outside. First walk of the day for Bridger. Third walk of the day for the Wasatch pitching staff, and Granger has a runner on base with 1 away. Brings up the number 3 hitter, Marco Villalpando. Ground out to the third baseman and a walk, and then was picked off. Speed up runner here for Granger.
Hopkin into the game here, Ty.
Bridger working out of the stretch for the first time. Takes a peek, delivers. It's going to be a ground ball off the end of the bat, foul down the first base side. Strike 1.
Well, not the ideal scenario from a pinch runner that you bring in, Tyler, on that ground ball as it's going to first base. He just decided it was going to be foul and was running back to first. Had that ball been in play, Grant would have been able to touch his bag and then tag him out, and that would have been an easy double play. Ground ball as the runner, you just got to be going hard the other way.
5-3 lead here for Wasatch in the top of the 6th. That one misses high and in for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shaw gets the sign, takes a peek at first base. Not a big lead. And Villalpando decides to call time. We'll reset.
Ty, we've talked about how big of a difference the turf has made on this field. This game obviously wouldn't be happening today without it, but if you had a blank check, just one thing to fix here at Wasatch High School Field, what would be your next thing that you would do? You've got infield turf, Where would you go next?
Outfield turf.
Just
for
turf
sure.
the whole thing?
Yeah, just turf the whole
Blank
thing.
check,
Yeah.
right? You could redo it, do a whole thing like Kearns. You want to try to go that route rather than the turf?
I'd go turf across the board. That one's in there for a strike. Moves the count to 2-1. How about you?
Well, I'm curious your response there because you said you think Kearns is a little more desirable than the turf.
They also have
You just think the water situation problem here?
Stolen base is going to happen from the speed up runner, and the pitch was outside and low, so it's a 2-2 count, one away, and a duck on the pond now for Granger. I think I said either Kearns or Uinta, which Uinta's is all turf.
Yeah.
The 2-2. Swung on, fouled off, keeps the count at 2-2. Yeah, I'd go all turf. You don't get water on this field till mid-May,
Yeah.
Ty. Like, you have basically your whole season of not being able to water your outfield. So definitely would go turf. I'd actually go lights before I'd go stadium seating after that.
Yeah.
I think
I wonder
lights are a big deal.
where pulling the fence in sits on that list,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think you bring in the fence about 20 feet all the way around. I think that makes it much more intriguing here at the field.
Couple of looks. Bridger delivers. Swung on, another foul ball. Keeps the count at full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Runner on second base here for Granger. Wasatch scores 4 in the bottom of the 5th to take the 5-3 lead, and that's where we stand right now in the top of the 6th. 2 looks. Runner, big lead. He'll run back to second as Shaw steps off the back of the mound. The payoff pitch. Doesn't matter. It's going to go off the back of Villalpando. So a walk and a hit by pitch puts runners on first and second. Still only 1 away and brings up the hottest hitter in the lineup for Granger. Tripled in his first at bat and scored. Doubled in his second at bat and scored. Both to the right field side. Went down the right field line in his first at bat. Right center field gap in his second at bat. Comes up with the tying run on first. One look delivery here from Bridger. Double steal, the throw to third. Not in time. Another stolen base. Make it a double stolen base from Granger. I think it's strike 1. And Coach McCoy is going to argue that the hitter stepped out of the batter's box as Dahl was trying to throw it down to third.
As long as you're in the box here, Tyler, you're okay. And I think that's what I saw. And you could see Micah, he tried to take a step out, and then he had to shuffle, just really too long developing there because he was having a hard time getting the angle that he needed to make the throw.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Big-time pitch there from Bridger. Coach McCoy opting to bring the infield in with a 5-3 lead. 0-2 the count. Pickering on deck. The pitch goes upstairs for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outfield playing shallow here for Wasatch with the 2-run lead. Into the windup. The 1-2 delivery. Does he get the outside corner? Yes, he does. Strike 3. 4th strikeout of the game for Bridger Shaw. Once again brought to you by Gravity Coalition.
What a big-time pitch there from Bridger against the 4-hitter here of Granger. Ty, bringing the infield in was interesting there. It was something you and I have talked about with the turf. The ball gets on you a little bit faster. So traditionally, you bring it in to the cut of the grass. But as we've seen over the years, you could probably start getting away with playing back a little bit deeper, maybe covering a little bit more ground because the ball jumps on you just a little bit more quickly. And it was noticeable that Wasatch had those guys in so close there on the turf. I wonder if that's something that will change over the course of the years. Coach McCoy gets more familiar here in his first year with Wasatch.
And a hit by pitch, so an interesting choice. They load the bases. Pickering, who had 2 RBIs in the game today, they put him on intentionally. Bring up Owens, who was 2 for 2, and he gets hit by pitch on the first pitch. That is the 4th freebie in the inning, and that'll bring in the 4th run of the game, and now Granger only 1 run behind with the tying run on third. Pitch is swung on. It's elevated to center field. First pitch. Brown settles underneath it, and Wasatch gets out of the inning. 1 run comes in on no hits, no errors. They leave the bases loaded. It's 5-4 going into the bottom of the 6th.
At Heber Park City Appliance, you're getting a dedicated team of professionals who go out of their way to keep your home running smoothly. And when we say team, we're talking about 40 years of winning service and reliability. We're here to boost your at-home satisfaction long after your purchase. So when it's fourth quarter and your fridge goes out, oh man, be confident knowing we're a team that will go the distance for you. Heber Park City Appliance in Heber City. Visit us online at heberappliance.com.
Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy, your local beauty school. Explore the art of cosmetology, barbering, hair design, basic aesthetics, master aesthetics, and nail tech programs. Visit bonniejosephacademy.edu to learn more and enroll today. Financial aid is available for qualifying students, and we offer flexible schedules and distant education options. Transform your passion into a rewarding career at Bonnie Joseph Academy, where beauty meets expertise. Bonnie Joseph Academy, Heber City.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the sixth brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, your one-stop shop for gas, groceries, and goodies, located at 2nd North Main in Camas on your way up Mirror Lake Station Highway. Winners of Best In-State Donuts. Ty, when you intentionally walk, does that go against the pitcher's stats? Is that a walk in the column?
Well, we learned a funny one last weekend, right, about the runner interference, that it counts as a single for the hitter there. And I think an intentional walk in high school, well, let me just double check it here for Tyler. I got the stats right in front of me.
Be Bluth, Faller, and Stocking, 7-8-9, leading it off here for Wasatch. A couple of flyouts from Bluth in the game today. He's 0 for 2. That one bounces in front of Bluth. 2-0 now the count.
It does. Yeah, that goes as a stat against the pitcher there.
I figure if you give an interception that's a wide receiver's fault in football, you might as well give a walk that's not the pitcher's fault in baseball, right?
Who do you give that stat to then? Coach?
Yeah, coaches should have, I don't know, I definitely think wide receivers should have an interception category on their stats. If you have a ball go through your hands and it ends up an interception, that's an interception for the receiver. So not only is it a drop, it's an interception as well. Foul ball, 2-1. Now it's called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to the leadoff guy in the bottom of the sixth. Wasatch leading 5-4.
Sure sounds like a guy who played some quarterback is what it sounds like to me. Just throw the ball a little better. That's what the wide receiver will say, right? Got to hit me in the chest, not the hands.
2-2 the count. Swung on, fouled back. Keeps the count at 2-2. Bluth back into the box, leading it off here into the bottom of the sixth. The windup, Wayman delivers, misses, tried to go off speed on the back door. Not able to get it. Ties up the count at 3-2. Wayman back into the windup. And the payoff pitch. Misses. That'll be a walk. That is walk number 5 if you go over the last 2 innings. Walk number 7 on the day for the Granger Lancers, and it's going to bring us to Braxton Faller. He's reached twice today already, walked in his first at-bat, singled, and scored in his second at-bat. Wayman comes set. Delivers. That one misses as well. Ball 1. On decks, Kyron Stocking. Had a good barrel on a line drive, and it actually turned out to be a double play in his first at bat. Had a sacrifice bunt in his second. Ball number 2, 2-0 now the count. It was a 4-run fifth that gave Wasatch the 5-4 lead. Granger scores 2 in the second inning, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth. Off-speed pitch is in there for strike 1. 2-1 now the count.
You know, maybe we weren't thinking big enough with that blank check on the field, Ty.
Oh, I got a better one now.
Dome. Right, get a dome. That's what I'm thinking over here. Yeah, said blank check. Let's get an indoor stadium here.
Runner is not going to go, but it's going to be a sacrifice bunt. Faller lays it down nicely. Pitcher picks it up, throws it to first for the first out. And so now Wasatch with the runner in scoring position with one away for Stocking and Brown, who's on deck. You mentioned it, Ty. Didn't see a lot of bunting down those first 2 weekends down in St. George. In fact, Kyron Stocking, I believe, is the only one who laid down a couple of bunts, had a drag bunt, base hit, and then sacrifice bunt. Wasatch now going to that twice in the game today. One from Faller and one from Stocking. Stocking takes strike one, little off-speed pitch that lands under the knees.
Well, I don't imagine you'll see Kyron bunting here, Tyler. Hot bat in the lineup, again, over 400 on the season. Wasatch already with the guy in scoring position, need him to swing away.
2 looks, delivers, goes back to the off-speed, lands it again, another strike. Couple of nice pitches here from Wayman, and he's now way ahead, no balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, and those are good ones to leave too, Tyler. That second strike especially is a little outside of the zone. It has been a consistent call all day, but you're not going to give up your second pitch of the at-bat swinging at that.
0-2, try to sneak fastball by him. Is Kyron able to get a piece, fouls it off, keeps the count at no balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2. Swung on. That's a base knock up the middle. Good jump here from Bluth. He's going to try to score. He will score. And Wasatch retakes the 2-run lead. Good job from Stocking. Reads the ball that goes away from the cutoff man. So the single turns in to Stocking advancing to second. A 1-out RBI single for Kyron Stocking. Wasatch has now the 6-4 lead.
Ty, you called it perfect. A couple good things on that play for Kyron on that play, Tyler. Obviously hanging in there and driving the ball up the middle with 2 strikes is a good approach. But Eddie got a great jump, and he's scoring easily. Before the center fielder gets that ball, he's around third base, about 20 or 30 feet down the line, and they're just gifting Stocking second base by going over the cutoff man's head, which they did, and Stocking was right on it and easily advanced to second base, turning this into a great opportunity now for Brown to switch him spots again.
Brown 0 for 2, flew out and ground out, walked in his third at bat and scored. That was his 13th run of the season. Swings at the second pitch, a broken bat single over the second baseman's head. Stocking again with a good jump, and Wasatch scores a crooked number once again for back-to-back innings and now has a 7-4 lead.
Yeah, outfielder didn't sell out and throw it home that time, Tyler. Stocking was easily going to score on that one. I was waiting to see if they did it again and just try to whale that one home and give Brown second base, but they learned their lesson, didn't go after it, and now Brown's going to have to get over there the hard way. Tyler, see if he can steal a bag or Blake can hit him over.
12th RBI on the year for Brown. It's going to earn a trip to the mound from the Granger pitching coach. We'll go ahead and take a break. Wasatch leads 7-4 here in the bottom of the 6th. This is the opening day here at Wasatch High School. Wasatch looking for their first home win of the season.
Hungry for mouth-watering all-American comfort food? Look no further. Chubby's has just opened in Heber Valley, bringing you award-winning burgers and cheesesteaks made from 100% premium black Angus beef. With 9 Utah locations, our family-owned and operated restaurant knows how to satisfy your cravings. And don't forget to treat yourself to our delicious desserts. Come taste the difference today at Chubby's, located at 220 North Main Street. Chubby's Cafe, your neighborhood destination for the food you crave.
Hi, this is Kendall Crittenden, Wasatch County Council member and a member of the Caring Community Coalition. Did you know that kids are at a greater risk of experimenting with alcohol and drugs between the hours of 3 and 6 p.m.? Many parents are still at work this time of day. Check in with your kids. Find out where your kids will be, who they'll be with, and what they will be doing. Brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Caring Community Coalition.
Hi, this is Corbin Gordon from Gordon Law Group. I commonly get approached by people with the same question. Hey, do you guys do a particular type of law? The answer is almost always, yeah, we do that. We are the Valley's only full-service law firm that has been in business for over 20 years. We have 5 experienced attorneys who do estate work, litigation, business formation, real estate, water law, divorce, criminal defense, and many others. Gordon Law Group, yeah, we do that.
Hey, Heber Valley, whether you're cheering on our high school team or enjoying a day in our beautiful valley, our community is stronger when we love local. Our local businesses are the heartbeat of Heber Valley, from your favorite cafe to the shop on the corner. When you shop local, you're supporting your neighbors and investing in the future of our community. So next time you're out and about, show some love. Shop, dine, and explore right here in Heber Valley. Brought to you by the Heber Valley Chamber of Commerce. Remember, love local. It makes all the difference. Visit gohebervalley.com/shop.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Another pitching change for Granger. On the mound now for Granger is the shortstop, Hugo Cabillan. Comes in with a runner on first, Austin Brown, who just had an RBI single to give Wasatch the 7-4 lead. It'll be Blake Sweat who'll step into the box. 0 for 1 with 2 walks and 2 runs scored. Now has 13 runs scored on the season. His one at bat was a ground out of the third baseman. And he'll take a pitch on the inside for ball 1. Ty Granger uses the Georgia G.
Yeah.
And we see that often, right? Like Spanish Fork will kind of copy the San Francisco 49ers at times, have like the Ohio State helmets. Do you have a W that Wasatch would copy if they could? So the Georgia G is probably the most popular G, right? Is there a popular W that comes to mind?
Well, your classic W is the Nationals, right?
Nationals.
You get the Washington Nationals that comes up, but I'm not sure that's the route I would go.
You have Wisconsin, Washington University.
The Commanders.
2-1. Yeah, Washington. Actually, I like the Washington Commander
I think
W.
the Commanders might be where I'd lean here too, Ty, right now. But
I think the Washington University is just kind of a block W, similar to what Wasatch goes with, right?
University of Washington could be a good one as well. That's an interesting question. That UW looks pretty good. The Huskies up there in Seattle.
2-1 the count, a couple of pickoff moves, and then a fake pickoff move right after. Blake Sweat back into the box. The 2-1 the count. Brown, a good lead over at first base. Does not go. Check swing strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bridger Shaw on deck. All 3 1-2-3 scored in the last inning thanks to some walks on the Granger pitching staff. 2-2 the count. The pitch goes with the off speed, misses outside, fills up the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Infield playing double play depth. Third baseman playing a little deep. The payoff pitch. Runner goes, swung on. This one's elevated to left field. Left fielder's going to settle underneath it. Makes the play for the second out of the inning. Austin Brown will retreat back to first base. 2 away, and that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Bridger Shaw.
Ty, when you think about it, I don't think there's a lot of teams that use the W. I think you've knocked out quite a few of them over there with the Nationals.
I think you could probably say the G as well. That's why everybody uses is it the Georgia G or is it the Green Bay G? How about that?
Yeah, which came first? That's University of Georgia or Green Bay? That's a trivia question. I don't know the answer to that one.
Bridger Shaw steps into the box. Runner goes on the first pitch. The throw, not in time. The freshman Brown swipes the bag, gets into scoring position. Bridger Shaw comes in 0 for 2. With a pop-out, ground out, and then walked and scored in his last at-bat. DC, Deer Creek, you have any good Ds or Cs that you go with? 1-0 the count. Swung on. That will go foul behind us for strike 1.
Well, of course, you got the Wizards, right? Washington, D.C. They use D.C. as their logo, which looks pretty good. There's, of course, been talk about the DC comic books, right? Copying something with the DC comic books.
Would you go the Washington? Would you use that as the franchise you would want to copy?
The Wizards?
Yeah.
It's just bad. That's a bad franchise, isn't it?
Balk call is going to be called, which is not going to be a happy camper on the Granger coach side because he thought that Wasatch had a balk earlier into the game today. And I agree that just didn't come set. So that's going to put Brown on third base now. Still a 1-1 count here to Bridger. He's got the Washington Capitals tie. Alex Ovechkin going to become the leading goal scorer for the Nationals, or for the NHL. Swung on, another foul ball, moves the count to 2-1. Sorry, 1-2.
Yeah, we're still working to get you invested in hockey, aren't we, Tyler? I mean, you haven't quite caught the bug yet.
I follow it. Just every time I feel like that game last night was on ESPN, right? That's not a great showing for the
No, I know.
club.
They've had so many good ones that aren't there, and then the one that gets put on, they just get drilled.
The 1-2 misses high for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A little bit of a conversation here with
doing a
Coach
little
before the
digging
umpire.
on the W. So let me throw a few more at you. You've got Wisconsin.
Okay.
Like the Wisconsin W.
It's kind of a tilted,
kind of arching, right?
Yeah.
I got a little tilted W.
The 2-2. This one's elevated to left field. This ball's elevated. Left fielder's going to go over. Can't come up with it. Extra bases for Bridger Shaw. Pick him up, put him down. That's a double with 2 outs. And another run comes in. 3 runs now in the bottom of the 6th.
Good 2-strike, good 2-out hitting there from Bridger Shaw. Just continues to come through for the Wasps over the course of the season. Ty, again, he's been one of their better RBI guys.
11 now on the year for Bridger Shaw. Wasatch with 3 in double-digit RBIs. Austin Brown, Blake Sweat, and Bridger Shaw. Brings up Micah Dahl. Reached on an air, popped out to right field, and then walked. 0 for 2 on the game today. Bridger Shaw in scoring position. This one's going to be elevated to left field again. Left fielder will settle under this one and make the play. And that'll do it for the bottom of the 6th. 3 runs come in on 3 hits, no errors. 1 runner is left on base. 8-4 the lead. Wasatch look to close it out in the top of the 7th.
For a limited time, UCCU is offering 33-month savings certificates with an incredibly high APY of 2.55%. Plus, you can jump up to an even higher rate of return anytime during the life of your certificate. With a savings certificate, you just make 1 deposit and then let your money grow and grow and grow with a fixed rate of return that's much higher than a standard savings account. Learn more at uccu.com. UCCU. Love where you bank.
Big O Tires in Heber is your one-stop shop for tires and service. What was once Point S is now Big O Tires. Same service, but different name. We're locally owned and operated and want to help you get your vehicle ready to road trip this summer. Stop in for all your name brand tires, oil changes, alignments, brakes, batteries, shocks, struts, and a whole lot more. Plus, Big O Tires offers financing options to fit any budget or any situation. Visit us today. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Hey there, Heber City. Are you tired of dings, dents, and scrapes ruining the beauty of your beloved vehicle? Look no further than Robarge Collision, the ultimate destination for all your auto body needs. At Robarge Collision, they've been offering top-notch collision repairs and outstanding customer service. Their team of expert technicians is passionate about bringing your car back to its original glory, no matter the size of damage. Their state-of-the-art facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology, ensuring precise and accurate repairs. They handle it all with precision and care.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Top of the 7th brought to you by Chubby's, new to the Heber Valley, family-owned and operated. 9 Utah locations. Use 100% premium Angus beef for burgers and cheesesteaks. Award-winning All-American food. Ground ball to the shortstop to start off the top of the 7th. Wasatch 3 outs away from going 6-3. Smooth there from Fowler. He fields it cleanly, throws it across the diamond to Mahoney. 1 away here in the top of the 7th. David Wade Ty was one of our draftees last year. Let me know that the 11U team went down to a spring training tournament in Phoenix, lost in the semis to a team from Hawaii. Not a long trip for an 11-year-old from Utah. Hawaii.
Probably not a lot of options in Hawaii for tournaments,
That's true.
beyond Hawaii. Going to have to pick and choose
one. That's a good point. Shout out to the 11U team. Wasatch now 2 outs away. We're going to go to the number 9 hitter. It's a pinch hitter here for Granger. Ball 1.
Tell you what, Ty, I coached Hawaiian boy on this Wasatch team that was a heck of a baseball player, Jaron Kalama, when he moved here from Hawaii. He was a fantastic pitcher for Wasatch.
Foul ball, 1-1 the count. Nearly got your shotgun mugged down there, Ty.
Yeah, it's taken a few hits over the years. It can handle a ball.
See the number for this hitter, Ty? 2-1 now the count.
Speaking of Jaron, Ty, just a little Wasp on campus. on BYU's roster
Steenblick
this year for the football team. And they've still got him listed as a wide receiver. Been a lot of talk that he'd be moving over defensively, but at least right now the roster's got him as, I believe, number 35 as a wide receiver. Celia Akana, who played at Wasatch, BYU as well. He's wearing number 13 this year, it looks like, as a defensive end.
3-1 the count. Swung on foul. That'll fill up the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And, of course, Matthias Dunn. While we're throwing out guys on BYU football roster, Matthias still on there. I believe they've got him wearing number 97. Probably the best backup kicker you're going to find in the nation right now. Tyler, he's so good. But Will Farron has just been lights out for BYU, so Matthias hasn't been able to see much time there.
Walk here to the number 9 pinch hitter will bring us back up to the top of the order. It'll be Anthony Spicer, who's moved over to the shortstop position for Granger. Started at second base. 0 for 2, lined out to left field, walked, and then struck out looking. Wasatch leading 8-4, 2 outs away from again advancing to 6-3 on the season. Pickoff move, not in time. If you have a re-entry here, right? I think Jackson Haslam re-enters the game for Steenblick, who was pinch hitting for Haslam. Good lead by Haslam at third base. Another pickoff move, is able to get back easily. Bridger comes set, working out of the stretch. Runner does not go. Pitch is at the belt for strike 1. Granger looking for their first win on the season. 0-4 to start, and are down to their 2 final outs. Need to produce 4 innings to extend this one. This one's going to be elevated to left field. Nice little barrel, but Blake Sweat comes over, makes an easy play. Canicorn catch, 2 away. They'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Traxton Gardner, catcher. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk. Flew out to left field and hit into a 4-6-3 double play. Represents, again, Granger down to their final out. Fowler through 4 innings. Now Bridgershaw's come in and thrown 3. Combined, the pitchers have given up 4 runs. Big swing and a miss, well behind that one for strike 1. Oh, 1 just above the belt for ball 1. 1-1 now the count. Shaw 2 looks, delivers, check swing, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Gardner. Down to your final out, or final strike for the Lancers. The 1-2. Bridger sits him down, freezes up. Oh,
wow. I had it in the book. I got to go backwards. The umpire's been so generous all game, and
I don't think he needed to be generous.
Didn't give him that one right down the middle.
That one looked like go ahead and ring him up.
Must be getting paid by the pitch here.
2-2 pickoff move, not in time.
Well, I think he's gonna probably go apologize after the game of, oops, I missed that one.
Micah turned to shake his hand. 2-2, swing and a miss. Gets an extra pitch in there, and that'll do it. Wasatch gets the 8-4 victory over to the Granger Lancers. We'll be back with our Timberline Ace Hardware postgame show after this.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 20 years. They've recently been named the best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot, or a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 78 years at the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
We at Guild Mortgage help people build personal wealth through real estate, be it your first home, next home, dream home, or investment property. At Guild Mortgage, we help you refinance for that lower interest rate, shorter term, or home remodel. At Guild Mortgage, we help you plan for retirement by owning multiple investment properties and can even add to your retirement plan with a reverse mortgage. We at Guild Mortgage believe everyone can own what matters.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Wasatch improves to 6-3 on the season with the 8-4 victory over 6A opponent Granger High School. It's time for your Timberline Ace Hardware post-game show. As your local Timberline Ace Hardware, we are all about being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience from local experts who know you best. Ty, throw it over to you for the game summary.
Well, a weird game, to say the least here, Tyler. When we talked about Granger coming into this one, it looked like it was going to be an easy one on paper, Tyler. Granger had only 7 hits on the entire season coming into this game. They had 20 errors on the year. They were only averaging 1.75 runs per game. And Wasatch had, you could argue, their best arm on the mound, Tyler, as far as strike throwing and just reliability in Braxton Fowler. And what did Granger do? Well, they started knocking base hit after base hit off of him when he got up on 2 strikes on all of these hitters. So it turned into a weird beginning of the game. Wasatch jumped out to a 1-0 lead in the first inning, but Granger took a 2-1 lead and then was able to turn that into a 3-1 lead after scoring another run in the 4th inning. So we went into the 5th inning with Wasatch trailing 3-1 to Granger, and the Lancers had out-hit Wasatch at that point 6-1, but the Wasps were able to put a 4 spot on the board in the 5th inning and then get 3 more in the bottom of the 6th inning to eventually move their numbers up to 8-4 as Granger tacked on a run in the top of the 6th inning as well. And Bridger Shaw was fantastic in relief, Tyler. Bridger came in the 5th inning, and he went the 5th, 6th, and 7th through 3 innings for Wasatch, had 5 strikeouts on the day, and ends up getting the win here for Wasatch. Moves his overall record on the season on the mound to 3-0, and was really good in relief for Wasatch. As far as the offensive production, the bats cooled off in this game, Tyler, facing off against what I would say is a little bit inferior pitching. They only got 6 hits, which is still okay, Ty, but 8 runs on 6 hits. Wasatch was able to take advantage of some errors from the Granger side of things with free passes and throwing the ball away there on the field. But that's how the Wasps ended up to this 8-4 win. Good relief pitching from Bridger Shaw, and then good hitting from the 5th inning on, where Wasatch was able to get 5 hits from the 5th inning, 6th and 7th, combining there to go with 7 runs over the course of those 5 hits.
Game summary brought to you by Robarge Collision. We have built our business on exceptional care, collision repair, and are proud to boast a 98.7 satisfaction rating, which is one of the highest in the business. Ty, keys to the win for Wasatch today.
Well, Ty, it was no different than what we talked about as far as keys to the game, and Wasatch was just aggressive in the box, kept putting the ball in play, and eventually the ball was going to find its way down. We knew this Granger team didn't have a bunch of fantastic defensive abilities, and I really feel like they played above their head, Tyler, but as Wasatch just continued to be in play, they kept finding hits and getting the ball out there, and so Wasatch was able to produce there. And then tip your cap to the pitchers. Braxton gave up 6 hits on the day, Ty, but he's in the zone, and he's competing here against Granger, and Bridger Shaw came in and did the same thing. So it was really twofold. Pitchers, you got to throw strikes, and hitters, you just got to put the ball in play, Ty. Wasatch only had 1 strikeout on the day at the plate, and that really is the key. They just kept the pressure here on Granger, and ultimately were able to wear them down.
Keys brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health. And Ty, would send out some awards. Let's jump to our Country Gardens and Nursery players of the game.
Well, offensively, Grant Mahoney stepped up for Wasatch. Tyler, out of the 6 hits, Mahoney had 2 of them, the only extra base hit on the day for Wasatch as well. And Grant continues to be effective there at the plate for Wasatch. And then defensively, you got to give the nod to Bridger Shaw, who was excellent on the mound. Again, 5 strikeouts and only 3 innings pitched, and ends up getting the win for the Wasps today.
Yeah, Heber's only locally owned and operated plant nursery. Country Gardens and Nursery has everything you need for your gardens, and don't forget to stop by the indoor plant and decor shop. And lastly, your Wasatch Napa Auto Parts play of the game.
Well, it came, Tyler, in the bottom of the 5th inning with Grant Mahoney coming up to the plate. Runners in scoring position. He was able to get a line drive, 2-out knock that gave Wasatch a 5-3 lead, and Wasatch never looked back at that point. So Grant Mahoney coming through with the clutch hit is your play of the game.
Wasatch improves to 6-3 on the season. That'll do it for Wasatch baseball action for us on the air this week. And we'll have lacrosse action on Friday. Wasatch now 6-3 here on 94.5 The Peak.